Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you very much for joining today. Let us seek the blessings, mercy of Radha Krishna, Krishna Balaram, Gauritas, Prabhupada, and Yasamu Vaishnavas to share a few things about wonderful day today, Lord Nrsingadev's appearance day. So I wanted to continue from where we left off yesterday, and it's appropriate to describe the few of the qualities of his devotee, Prahlad Maharaj. He was equally disposed to friends and enemies, and he was never envious. His character was the same as a super soul. He's equally disposed to all. Unflinching faith in Vasudev Krishna, the son of Vasudev. His unalloyed devotion to Krishna and attachment to Krishna. Equipoised in every circumstance, caring for all living entities' spiritual well-being. He could have acted like Jagat Bharat, but he thought, Father is going to hell. Even if I die, at least it'll sow a seed in him. Fearless, he was alone, 5-year-old boy, no material shelter. He had no one who could protect him, and everything was against him. Everything was stacked against him, but yet he was fearless. And in our situation, even in good times, we can't chant. You can see the qualities, extraordinary qualities. So Guru Maharaj was very keen to always recite the qualities, the pastimes of Prahlad Maharaj. Prabhupada would often do that. Chaitanya Charitamrita and Gadadhar Pandit would recite these pastimes of Prahlad Maharaj hundreds of times. Such an amazing personality. Because even in times of difficulty or challenges, he would never even consider them as challenges. He would just continue his bhajan, and the Lord would automatically protect him. Amazing characteristics of Prahlad Maharaj. We just not even scratching the surface of his qualities. So who was he in his previous life? Was he one of the Saptarishis, one of the great saints? Actually, we'll find out. Before Prahlad appeared in the womb of his mother, in his previous life, he was a great sensualist. He was a sense enjoyer, attached to sense gratification. And something happened one day. He didn't know, but that day was Nrsinga Chaturdasi. He met his girlfriend on the site of an old Nrsinga temple. So this is before Lord Nrsingadev appears. So the timeline is interesting. But of course, Nrsingadev appears several times. So in the previous life, he was close to a Nrsinga temple. Once this temple had been opulent, but now everything was broken down. It was no longer in use. So they wanted to enjoy themselves there in that lonely place. But the temple was very dirty. There was a lot of garbage, leaves and branches everywhere. So the first thing they did to facilitate their enjoyment was to clean the temple. That service was done on Nrsinga Chaturdasi, in the holy site of the Nrsinga temple. Had an extremely powerful effect. After cleaning the temple, the couple had an argument. The girl left. The boy was so upset. He just sat there for the rest of the day and night. He didn't eat. He didn't sleep. So just that one day, one night, spent in unknowingly doing some seva to Nrsingadev was so powerful. So Prahlad in his former life observed Nrsinga Chaturdasi very nicely, unknowingly, even not knowing what he was doing. Still, the Lord in the heart accepted this as devotional service. So that in his next life, in the womb of his mother, when Narad Muni instructed his mother on Bhagavatam, he was there to understand, to accept. So, what about us? We're doing a lot more consciously. But the thing is, we have another motive. Usually there's something in it for us. We serve the Lord, we want something back. Whereas here, this personality, Prahlad in his previous life, there was no motivation. There was nothing he wanted back in return. Admittedly, he wasn't even serving in full consciousness of the Lord, but his service was so innocently done. The Lord accepted it within his heart. So that was phenomenal. Anyway, we continue with the Bhagavatam. 8th chapter of Canto 7 rather. So following the instructions of Prahlad, all the sons of the demons became attached to Lord Vishnu. Their teachers reported this to Hiranyakashipu, who challenged Prahlad that he was greater than God, i.e. Hiranyakashipu was greater than God. So this was after attempting to kill him. They tried to reform him back in school. But the impact was he converted his fellow classmates into devotees. He could have acted like Jad Bharat, as we saw read a little while ago. Jad Bharat just remained very fixed on God consciousness, Krishna consciousness. And he acted dumb and blind, or deaf and everything else, dumb and deaf. And in that way, he achieved success. So Prahlad could have done the same because he was a self-realized soul, even within the womb of his mother. But he wanted to help others. And I think this is a really important principle. We should try as well to help others. Yes, we can advance ourselves. At least we should. We should definitely advance ourselves. But at the same time, there is an opportunity for us to assist others as well. And that opportunity is very satisfying because we ourselves will understand more by preaching. So the Lord becomes pleased when we are helping others. So it's a win-win for everyone. So we shouldn't be shy when it comes to trying to distribute this knowledge of Krishna consciousness. We're so lucky. It doesn't come often where we can simply hold a Bhagavad Gita and give it to somebody. How many lives in the past would we have had that opportunity? But now Prabhupada has given us this incredible Bhagavad Gita as it is. So just imagine the amount of spiritual merit one can get just by giving it to one person, let alone hundreds and thousands. Anyway, so Hiranyakashipu told his son, I'm greater than God. Prahlad Maharaj said, you're not God. And of course, he began to glorify the Lord, stating that God was omnipresent, omniscient. He's everywhere. So Hiranyakashipu demanded to know from his son, how dare you defy me? I control the entire universe. And he did. He would turn night into day. He would turn his karma into akarma. Oh, no, not akarma, vikarma, and vice versa. He was really powerful. But tell me, where do you get your power? Where do you get this power of yours that you cannot be killed? How come I can't destroy you? Dear father, Prahlad replied, the source of my strength is also the source of yours. And that's Vishnu himself. What? You dare to say there's someone greater than me? You wish to die by my hands? You speak of a God? Tell me, Prahlad, where is this God of yours? Oh, Father, didn't you know? He's omnipresent. He's everywhere. Very intelligent, huh? He's only a 5-year-old. So Father Hiranyakashipu, he challenges you. Is he here in this pillar? Let me see him protect you now. Prahlad immediately accepted, since the Lord is present everywhere. He's also present within the columns. You have to have substantial amount of faith, right? Because you're being challenged by somebody more superior to you, more stronger than you. You dare to go against that person. That's a really rare quality Prahlad had. When Hiranyakashipu heard this philosophy from his young son, he derided the boy's statement as just the talk of a child, and he forcefully struck the pillar with his fist. Drawing his sword, Hiranyakashipu struck its hilt against the pillar. So he wanted to show his son, there's nothing in this pillar to indicate God. As soon as Hiranyakashipu struck the column, a tumultuous sound occurred. As the pillar crumbled in a cloud of dust, a deafening roar vibrated throughout the palace. The earth trembled. So, this is the beginning of the end for Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu watched with wide eyes as an enormous creature emerged from the remains of the pillar. This must have been pretty shocking, huh? Thinking, I'm going to just destroy this pillar. It's okay, I can get it repaired later. But coming out of that pillar was a humongous form, though walking on 2 legs, he had the head of a lion. His eyes blazed like fire, his golden mane shook like a million snakes, and his long tongue flicked just like a dwelling sword. There he is, Hiranyakashipu ki, oops, wrong person. Nrsingadev Bhagwan ki jai. So, of course, we should honor Hiranyakashipu. Because of him, Nrsingadev appeared. And he's also one of the gatekeepers of Vaikuntha. He's no ordinary soul. So this tremendous form of the Lord appears. So amazing, so gorgeous, so terrifying. Never seen before, such a terrifying form. This is the place in Andhra Pradesh, Simhachalam, where it is reputed that he took his appearance. Although some commentators say that his appearance was on a different planet, right?
Depends which you look at.
Yeah. And this is the temple, Ahobilam, Kurnool in Andhra Pradesh, South Bharat. This is the Ugrastham, remains of the pillar from which Lord Nrsingadev appeared. Unfortunately, we haven't had the opportunity to go there yet, hoping one day we will be able to make that pilgrimage to substantiate Prahlad's statement. The Lord came out of the pillar in his wonderful incarnation as Nrsinga, half man, half lion. Hiranyakashipu could immediately understand the extraordinary, wonderful form of the Lord was surely meant for his death. Then he gained his senses, or he gained his non-senses, and he started to fight. He was like a little wasp compared to Nrsingadev. Sometimes he would disappear into Nrsingadev's effulgence and not be seen for a while. But he tried. His armies tried to fight the Supreme Lord. Who is this strange creature? Hiranyakashipu thought. Is this Vishnu, my arch enemy? Never before had he seen such an awesome anger. But remembering that he, the king of the demons, was immortal, he was unafraid. And that's what the Lord wanted. He wanted a fight, a proper fight. He didn't want a timid fight, he wanted a proper fight. And Nrsingadev was a suitable opponent to fight with the Lord. Flashing his razor-sharp sword, Nrsingadev charged the creature. And so they fought, sometimes on the ground, sometimes in the sky. Lord Nrsingadev was playing with the demon as an eagle plays with a mouse. Sometimes he caught him, sometimes he let him escape. The Lord fought with the demon for some time. And in the evening, on the border between day and night, the Lord captured the demon, threw him on his lap, killed him by piercing his abdomen with his nails. The Lord not only killed Hiranyakashipu, the king of the demons, but also many of his followers. When there was no one else to fight, the Lord, roaring with anger, sat down on the throne. So he had come, right? He had come to the palace of his devotee, Prahlad. So there's always an etiquette when a guest comes, isn't it? An uninvited guest especially, you treat him like he's God. Atithi Devo Bhava. So what happened here, he was given a seat, right? The throne. Or he took it.
You took it.
He took the seat. So when somebody comes, we offer a seat. He drank the blood. Yeah,
That's the beverage.
so yeah, we give water. And he gave himself a garland of the abdomen, intestine, so of Hiranyakashipu. So in that way, there you go. The etiquette of observing a guest in his home was fulfilled by the Lord himself. Finally, in the doorway of the palace, the Lord seized Hiranyakashipu. He placed him on his lap and with his lion claws ripped open the belly of the demon. Gruesome sight. After Hiranyakashipu was killed, the Lord continued to be very angry. No one could pacify him. The demigods, Brahma, Shiva. And the reason for that was Hiranyakashipu was tormenting Prahlad, little boy, but no one came to his protection. The big demigods, where were you? You were hiding when my son, when my child was being harassed by this demon. So don't come in front of me, because you were hiding when my devotee needed help. So this was the mood of Nrsingadev. They couldn't approach him. So they asked Lakshmi Devi, you're his wife, his eternal consort. Go and pacify him. Lakshmi Devi said, no way, I ain't going anywhere near him. I don't recognize him. I've never seen him like this. She couldn't approach him. Then Brahma, he asked Prahlad Maharaj to go forward, pacify the Lord's anger. And if the boy, he was not scared. The demigods were standing at least a mile or kilometer or 2 kilometers away. Because the anger of the Lord was so overwhelming. They could not be anywhere near him. But Prahlad, he was fearless. He went up to the Lord. Lord Nrsingadev, being very affectionate towards Prahlad, put his hand on Prahlad's head, thus purifying Prahlad, who then offered amazing prayers to the Lord. Sorry. Just bear with me. Such a wonderful painting. Lord Nrsingadev then calmed down. And he was so happy. Prahlad was right next to him. He wanted to bestow benedictions on Prahlad. But Prahlad, thinking that benedictions will be impediments on his path of spiritual progress, he said, no, I don't want anything. He fully surrendered at the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord. But the Lord said, my dear boy, Prahlad Maharaj said, please do not tempt me. I'm not a businessman serving you only to meet my own needs. I'm happy simply to remain your servant life after life. So this is a phenomenal example of devotion. He is not going to worship the Lord for any material benefit. That's extraordinary, truly extraordinary. Because even the pure devotees will have some request of the Lord. Prahlad was 5 years old. He said, no, I don't want anything. Don't tempt me, my dear Lord. He was telling Nrsingadev Bhagwan off. But Nrsingadev wouldn't take no for an answer. He insisted, okay, if you want me to ask for, I will ask you. Please excuse my father for all his sinful activities. This is the unbelievable mood of the devotees. Even somebody's harassed him all his life, yet he's a well-wisher of that person. This is really goes beyond call of duty for a devotee. Somebody's harassed you all your life. You have the entitlement to say, at least ignore them. Don't have to feel ill will against them, but you just ignore them. But here, Prahlad is saying, no, please do something for my father. Extraordinary. My dear Prahlad, Nrsingadev answers, because of your unflinching devotion, your father and 21 generations of your family have already been liberated from the endless cycle of birth and death. So Lord Nrsingadev already had an answer. 21 generations are already freed. To this day, whenever there is danger from enemies, the devotees of Vishnu remember how Nrsingadev rescued Prahlad. They pray for his protection. And who are these forefathers? Let's see how this 21 works out. From his current family, the liberated parties are 1, Prahlad himself, Hiranyakashipu, his father, Kashyap Muni, his grandfather, right? That's the father of Hiranyakashipu. Diti was the mother. Marichi, great-grandfather. Brahma, father of Brahma, is Lord Vishnu. So Jiva explains, in addition to the 5 above, 16 generations from Prahlad's previous family were also liberated by Nrsingadev. Thus 21 generations are liberated as the Lord promised Prahlad. Interesting. Nrsingadev said to Prahlad Maharaj, ask something else. So Prahlad Maharaj said something extraordinary. This is the quality of Prahlad which really endears him to the Lord. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was always glorifying this mood. He said, take all the souls back with you, my dear Lord, and let me suffer instead, eternally. There are many of them. They will give you so much pleasure, but I'm only one. And the impact of that was he made the Lord cry. The Lord Nrsingadev who came and fought with Hiranyakashipu, was angry with the devatas. Lakshmi Devi couldn't go anywhere near him. Yet Prahlad made him cry. And he said, no, I can't do that. Ask something else. I can't leave you here. You're my dear boy. Prahlad said, okay, whoever hears or reads this pastime should not have to take another birth. And Lord Nrsingadev agreed to that. So this is the benediction of Prahlad and Nrsingadev, that simply by remembering, speaking, hearing these pastimes, we will be eligible to go back to spiritual world. Nrsingadev Bhagwan ki jai. So he appears, of course, on the Chaturdasi, the 14th day of the month of Vaishak, of the Shukla Paksh bright moon, which is today. He appears at dusk. Thus, devotees fast until dusk. And this is the slogan that we sing every day. Ugram Viram Vishnu Jwalantam Sarvatomukam Nasimam Bhishana Bhadram Mrityum Namamyam. May my head be protected by the moon-colored one, who is the greatest among humans. My obeisances are to the ferocious and one powerful, the great Vishnu, the fiery one, whose face are on all sides, the fearful one, the Singha, who causes the death of even death personified, or who can overcome death. This is a Nrsingadev beach mantra. Wow. So this is quite interesting, actually. This is Radha Raman, as you will recognize from Vrindavan. Beautiful deities. Most amazing deity, actually, made of Shaligram. This is Shaligram himself. And there's a comparison between Nrsingadev and Radha Raman, which is always interesting to recite. Both appeared from stone, right? In a form never seen before. So Nrsingadev appeared half man, half lion from a pillar to prove Prahlad's words were true. And Radha Raman appeared from Shaligram to allow his devotee Gopal Bhatt to serve him to his heart's content. Both times he appeared because of his love for his devotee. So this is the reciprocation of the Lord to his devotee. Always reciprocates. The more we give him, the more he gives us. The more we feel affection to him, the more he will reciprocate with us. The singer there, Ugram, is very angry, but Radha Raman is very peaceful. So that's a really interesting comparison. And the Shinga, especially when he came out of the pillar. But Radha Raman, very peaceful. And the example is, of course, when Brigu Muni kicked Lord, the Lord asked him, is your foot hurt? Because my chest is very hard. So Radha Raman is always peaceful. The singer is Viram, is very brave. But Radha Raman or Krishna, he gets scared and he runs to Mother Yashoda when there's a little thunder in the sky. He's very scared. He runs to Yashoda Mai. And this is a pastime of Hello Below, who would come and harass, who was only in Krishna's mind, of course, planted by Yashoda Mai. But he would run to Yashoda, very scared. So if you see the comparison between the two, it's very interesting. Nrsinga is Mahan, is greater than the greatest. Radha Raman appears tiny. He's only maybe 1 foot. Very tiny. Nrsinga is Dwalantam. He throws fire out of his mouth. Radha Raman drinks fire through his mouth. When Krishna was in the forest fire, he drank these coward boys and the Brijvasis. They were struggling twice, actually. Gomatas. He ate the fire to protect his devotees. But Nrsinga, he throws fire out of his mouth to destroy the demons. Nrsinga Sarvottama, come. See in all directions. Radha Raman can't see Yashoda, who's just right behind him, chasing after him. It's an amazing comparison between the two. Nrsinga is Bichanama, Bishanam, ferocious. Radha Raman is just naughty, stealing butter. Nrsingadev's is full of good manners. Rather, Rama speaks lies. He eats with his left hand. Steals the gopis' clothes. Very naughty. But Nrsingadev, he accepted the throne of Hiranyakashipu. Nrsingadev, Mrityum, death personified. Rather, Raman is the life of all existence. Bhagavad Gita 7:10. Very interesting. Now, this is from the Nrsinga Puran. I don't think we've done this verse before. Maybe we have. Let's try. Anybody want to recite this? Karuna, you want to have a shot at this one? I don't think I can do it. Although I can have a try. Satya Daitya Kuladinasa Samay Simordva Martya Kirtis Trityam Dasa Kandaram Paribram Bhavam Rameti Namakriti Gopalam Paripalayam Vrajapure Param Haram Dvapare Om Ranga Priya Kirtana Kali Yoga Chaitanya Nama Prabhu. So the meaning is Supreme Personality God who is in Satya Yuga appears as half man, half lion to cure a terrible disease that ravages the Daityas, and who in Treta Yuga appears as a person named Ram, Lord Ram, person who defeated the 10-headed demon in Ravan, who in Dwapar Yuga removed the earth's burden, protected the Gopas, cowherd men, people of Brajapura, will appear again in Kali Yuga. His form will be golden, and he will delight in chanting the Lord's name, holy names. His name will be Chaitanya. Oh, very nice. So connection between Chaitanya and Nrsinga. Chaitanya listened to Prahlad Leela and Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 7 hundreds of times. And he would listen to it with, Gadadhar would be the one reciting it. And Chaitanya would listen. God would listen to his devotee who chanting about another devotee. This is the uniqueness of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Advaitacharya worshipped Nrsingadev, Nrsinga with Tulsi and Ganga. Srivas Thakur also used to worship Nrsinga, and once Chaitanya came to his home and showed him his form as Nrsinga, he came banging on the door as if there was something going on, something terrible was going on. And Srivas Thakur had to calm him down. He showed him the form of Nrsinga. Chandgazi tried to stop the Sankirtan, and Nrsingadev appeared and scratched his chest. Chandgazi told Chaitanya, my people will never disturb the Sankirtan after that incident. Srivas Thakur was doing Shraddha for his father and was reciting Vishnu Sahasranam, and when Nrsingadev's name was chanted, Chaitanya became Nrsinga, spitting fire. Interesting. Hari also means lion. Thus, we address Nrsimha also as Nara Hari. Chaitanya is also known as Gaura Hari. There are 5 things that Chaitanya has to qualify him as Gaura Hari. Golden complexion, just like the lion. Long locks of soft black hair to his shoulder, like the mane of a lion. That's before he took sannyas. A broad chest and a thin waist, like a lion. He appeared in astrological position, Simharasi, Leo. Ah, he's a Leo. Enters the dark black caves of our hearts and roars, Haribo, just like the lion enters the dark caves, causing elephants sitting inside to flee. Our elephants of lust, anger, greed run away. It's a really nice comparison. And then there are 5 prayers by Bhaktivinoda Thakur to Lord Nrsingadev. These are truly Extraordinary prayers. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written 5 beautiful prayers in Sri Navadvip Bhava Taranga for receiving the mercy of Lord Nrsingadev. These prayers are certainly assurance of all sincere devotees that the worship of Lord Nrsingadev is purely in the line of aspiring love and devotion to Shri Radha and Krishna. Those prayers are as follows. E dusta hridaye kamadi ripujaya Kutinati patistasya satya sadaraya Hridaya shodhanara krishnena vasana Nrsimacharane moraito kamana. Within my heart, sinful heart, the 6 enemies, headed by lust, perpetually reside, as well as duplicity, the desire for fame plus sheer cunning. The lotus feet of Lord Nrsinga, I hope that he will mercifully purify my heart and give me the desire to serve Lord Krishna. This is a really nice prayer. Kandiya Nasima Pade Magibo Kakanya Nirapade Navadvipa Jugala Vajan Baya 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 Kendra Darsane Sri Hari Prashana Vaiva Kabe More Daya Kari. Weeping I beg at the lotus feet of Lord Nrsingadev for the benediction of worshipping Radha and Krishna in Navadvip, perfectly safe and free from all difficulties. When will this Lord Hari, whose terrible form strikes fear into fear itself, ever become pleased and show me his mercy? So this is a phenomenal prayer. Yad yapi bishana murti dastan Shiva prati praladati Krishna bhakta jane bhadrati Kabeva pashana hoye sakripa vachane nirbhaya karibe muda kinchane. Even though Lord Nrsinga is terrifying towards the sinful souls, he offers great auspiciousness unto the devotees of Lord Krishna, headed by Prahlad Maharaj. When will he be pleased to speak words of compassion unto me, worthless fool, thereby making me fearless? Swachande Paiso he Vatsa Shri Gauranga Damne Jugala Bhajana Horati Hom Nahame Mama Bhakta Kripapali Vina Jabe Dura Shuddha Chitte Pajorada Krishna Rasapura. He says, dear child, sit down freely and live happily here in Sri Gauranga Dham. May you nicely worship the divine couple, and may you develop loving attachment for your holy name, for their holy names. By the mercy of my devotee, all obstacles are cast far away. With a purified heart, just perform the worship of Radha and Krishna, for such worship overflows with sweet nectar. Final prayer. E boli kabe mura mastaka upara Swiya silcharana harse daribe Ishwara Amani jugala premi Satvika vikare Darayalu tibo amishi nasima dware. Saying this, will that Lord delightedly place his own divine lotus feet upon my head? I will experience sublime love for the divine couple Radha Krishna and undergo the ecstatic transformations called Sattvika. Falling on the ground, I will roll about at the door of Nrsinga's temple. So this is verses 36 to 14, Sri Bhaktivinoda Thakur's book, Sri Navadvip Bhava Tarange. Nrsingadev Bhagwan ki jai. So, anybody, Surinder, anything you'd like to share?
Hare Krishna, Dandavat everybody, and happy Nrsinga Chaturdasi to everybody. Jai Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, all Vaishnava Vrin ki jai, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Yes, very interesting, Prabhu. Yes, very nicely explained. And it is mentioned that when Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur was chanting on the roof of his house at 4 o'clock in the morning, a mystical wind would pass by his house towards Mayapur Yoga Pit. And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur's understanding of this mystical wind was that Lord Nrsingadev was going to attend the Arati ceremony of Gauranga Mahaprabhu in Mayapur Yoga Pit. So we understand that Krishna's expansions and incarnations, they all serve Krishna, Swayam Bhagavan Krishna. Just like Krishna, first expansion is Balarama. And Balarama is always serving Krishna. Even though he's elder brother, he's serving Krishna. And in Treta Yuga, Balarama was Lakshman, and as Lakshman, he carried the orders of Lord Ramachandra. So all the expansions and incarnations, they all serve Krishna, Swayam Bhagavan Krishna as well. And Krishna also serve Balarama. Krishna serves Balarama because Balarama is elder brother of Krishna. And Krishna serves his devotees. Krishna is known as Partha Sarathi. Krishna serves Arjuna as his chariot driver, isn't it? In Mahabharata. Yeah. Krishna serves his devotees. Krishna serves Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj is pure devotee of Lord Krishna and Vatsalya Ras. And Nanda Maharaj asks Krishna, bring my slippers, and we see there's some, I think, nice picture. Lord, baby Krishna carrying Nanda Maharaj slippers on his head. Very nice, very beautiful.
Yes, yes.
Yes, very, very good. In this way, we pray to Lord Nrsingadev, and we follow the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj to practice Sudha Bhakti, because in Srimad Bhagavatam, Sudha Bhakti begins from Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj is serving in Santaras. Yes, and Santaras is mentioned in Prem Dhamdeva Stotram as follows. Santa Mukta Bhritta Tripta Mitra Mata Darshitam Snigdha Mukta Shishta Musta Snigdha Mukta Sustam is forgotten now. Prema Dhama Devam Eva Nomi Gaura Sundaram. Like that, this verse, Santaras is mentioned. So Prahlad Maharaj is serving his pure devotional service in Santaras. Like that. So we pray to and beg the mercy of Prahlad Maharaj that we will try to practice Sudha Bhakti, and by the grace of Nrsingadev, all our obstacles in our path of our Krishna consciousness will be removed by the mercy of Lord Nrsingadev. And this is our prayer, Prabhu. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
So much. From Nrsingadev's interaction with Prahlad Maharaj, that's when he developed a desire to have parents, because he saw the mood of Prahlad towards his father, and he thought, I want to experience that mood as well. So he, in his next incarnation, much Kachparanasim Vaman, he had a mother and father, Aditi and Kashyapuni. And so he had a little taster. And then, of course, as time went on, he had more and more and more. And then he ended up with Mother Yashoda chasing him around the courtyard. So the mood of Prahlad was the reverse Vatsalya. Reverse Vatsalya. He was regarding the Lord as his father, as his protector, savior. And that mood of his, when he was chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, whether he was in a challenge situation or whether he was comfortable, it didn't matter to him. He was just focused on the Lord and enjoying in that mood. That's a phenomenal example. So we have so many things going on, challenges, left, right, and center. So it's a good example for us to try to remember. Okay, let me try to become steady in this situation. Thank you for sharing, Surinder. Anybody else? Any questions? Any comments? Lokeshwar, anything you'd like to say? Anything you'd like to ask?
No, Babuji, your class was really good.
Oh, thank you so much. It's very kind of you. Thank you for attending. You came in the earlier one as well. So sure, amazing. Okay, let's stop. And Nrsingadev Bhagwan Ki Jai. May he bless us with pure love for Radha and Krishna.